Hello YouTube, it's Birdo Prey 5 and it's actually April 8th, 2019. I was a day off on my rant earlier today about YouTube and its stupid mobile, its stupid policies for going live using the mobile app. Ridiculous. I found out earlier today when I was outside in front of my beautiful water lily magnolia tree trying to broadcast live to my fans on YouTube that YouTube very recently decided to give a big F you to anyone with less than 1,000 subs. No more can you live stream via your cell phone or your tablet in the YouTube application for reasons that I can only assume have to do with people trying to live stream crime, like terrible crimes that must be 0.0000001% of videos uploaded to YouTube. They have decided to take away the ability for all mobile application mobile device users to live stream unless you're in that very small minority of YouTubers, which is again I'm sure just a fraction of a percent that have 1,000 subscribers or more. What talk about talk about not knowing your audience. Talk about just a total cluster F of a policy. It would be it's funny. It's funny if it wasn't so sad. To think all of the people who might have needed to go live in case of an emergency now not having the opportunity to, just because YouTube was scared someone might potentially use their platform to commit a violent act on. But you know what? Facebook has violent acts committed on it all the time. They're still alive. Nobody's trying to shut down Facebook. It's funny. Facebook, the guy in New Zealand went and killed 50 people live on Facebook. And who did New Zealand go after? Gab. A totally unrelated social network. The guy wasn't live on Gab. The guy, as far as we know, wasn't even a Gab member. Facebook was the platform he was on. Nobody in their right mind would blame Facebook, but nobody should be blaming any of the social media networks for what their idiot users choose to do, okay? Those guys were idiots before they joined Facebook, and these crimes happened before there were social networks. Just so stupid, and I am still not over it. I thought I was, but the more I think about it, the more I think about, wow, what if I was being carjacked or something, and I had my phone, and I couldn't do anything else, but I could go live on YouTube, and now I can't. I mean, granted, I'm not going to be carjacked because I don't go in cars, because I can't. But if I could, if I drove, that would be weighing on me. It is so dumb. I mean, yeah, it's you say, well, how many people are really going to be carjacked and only be able to use YouTube? Well, how many people are going to shoot up a school or something and broadcast it on YouTube? Very few. But it could happen. And potentially it could happen that somebody actually needs YouTube to save their life. And now, not an option. I hope they have a following on Facebook. Anyway, Anti-Tracker was first before I started streaming. Let's see who was first after I started streaming. It's 7:07 Anti-Tracker, 7:07 p.m. Eastern. Anti-Tracker said first. Yes, I have to go to live chat. Thank you. Okay, so it's 7:07 was still Anti-Tracker. He says nice tree. He said still first and nice tree. I hope this works. Then at 7:35 p.m., which I believe was first. Yes, it was. Anti-Tracker narrowly beat out Thomas Potts by just seconds. Sojo, while I have to say that is a very nice tree, I find it hard to believe that it is a coincidence that it is a white tree. But don't worry, us real Americans got your back. Anti-Tracker actually in full bloom. It's white right now, but for the vast majority of the summer, it will be a green tree. In fact, a darker green tree. Okay, the white is it lasts for 3 weeks, 4 at most. There's already white leaves that have fallen into the driveway and are drying up. And yes, in a couple of weeks, all the white will be gone, and it will be a thick green. And Thomas Potts says hi. And Thomas Potts says bye, $1.99 a day, and $25 to Anti-Tracker. Well, Anti-Tracker, I guess you should have rethought making a statement before Thomas Potts. Josh Reed says, is this the outdoor bird stream or the bed life stream? It's actually fairly dark outside, I think. It's dark enough outside right now. This is just a still image from earlier today. No, this is bed life. I'm in bed. If you can see, there you go. You can see it's bed life. Anti-Tracker looks sad. Brian McFarlane, welcome Brian. Heidi-ho everybody, heidi-ho Brian. Thomas Potts says, did I mess you up with your dates on Sunday? Happy Leif Erikson Day. Hinga Dinga Durgan? I don't even want to know. Anti-Tracker says, what was the name of that game you guys were telling me to look up during the Patreon stream? Kerbal Space Program. Kerbal, I believe. Kerbal Space Program. Josh Street says, why not make 760 more bots? I mean, more subs. Well, for one, that would be about 100 extra subs. I actually only need 640 more subs to hit 1,000. About 660. Okay, 660. Yes, 660. Thomas Pond says, we're talking about lots of games. Yes, but he meant Kerbal. Brian McFarlane says, why does YouTube care what device you're on? It's not fair. Brian, the only logical reason is literally they are afraid that people are going to be using YouTube to go out and commit crimes and then show it on YouTube. But we all know Facebook is by far the favorite application for committing real life crimes on. I mean, they stay on Facebook for hours sometimes. YouTube, those, for all the issues we give YouTube, they're pretty quick with deleting things, taking things down. My poor friend Zethon, who made that very unfortunate and, I will admit, very poor judgment, but totally joking comment during my live stream. Within 5 or 6 minutes of him making the comment, his entire channel, dozens and dozens of videos, was gone. Okay, and that was just a chat comment. You can only imagine what would happen if somebody was actually doing something awful on a video and it got reported. It would be gone far quicker than Facebook. Certainly nothing YouTube need worry about. It's not fair. It's not. But you know what? It's YouTube's call. I mean, they are a company. They get to make that choice. The upsetting part is that we still don't have a competitor to YouTube that has the same types of features. That's a realistic competitor. There's BitChute, but you can't live stream on BitChute. There's a lot of issues. I mean, BitChute's not bad. It's better than nothing. Facebook you can live stream on, but it's totally different than YouTube. I mean, totally different audiences. It's sad. Anti-Trekker is saying something about rockets. Yes, Kerbal Space Program. No, not Rocket League. Thomas doesn't remember. Hector says, hola, hola, Hector. Thomas Potts says, I wonder what Bird or Prey social media site be called. Well, it's called JUOT.net. I've been running it for almost 11 years. 11 years this June 10th. Josh Street says the rockets from KSP, Kerbal Space Program. Yes. And not Ryan Johnson says first and Qapla. Qapla, not Ryan Johnson. Anti-Tracker thanks Josh Street for the answer. I'll assume Josh Street answered it first. Okay. Let's see. Chronos says Jeep jacked. Qapla all. No, not Jeep jacked. Carjackers recognize the superiority of Jeeps and avoid carjacking people in Jeeps. They don't want to get their asses kicked. They know what Jeeps are capable of defending themselves and their owners. So no, people don't get Jeep jacked, but carjacked possibly. Hector says YouTube saved someone's life because live stream ever. Well, in theory, maybe. I'm sure we can find somebody. Hector says the guy Jesse Smollett or something could have used that. Robert Knowles says, hello, Bird. Welcome, Robert Knowles. Thomas Potts says, what? Shoot, Bert? I don't get it. Thomas Potts says, happy 40th birthday, JUOT.net. Yeah, 11 years. 11 years, Thomas. DJ says, fake background. I don't see the blooms or clouds moving. Hi, Bird or Prey. Yes, DJ, it is not a live background. It is a still photo. And in fact, I have several of the days you can see the tree bloom day by day. I would say today, probably tomorrow, is its maximum bloom. And depending on the weather, it might last from a day to a week, and then it will just, all the white leaves will disappear and make way for small green leaves, which will grow to medium-sized green leaves and last the entire rest of the summer. Josh Street says, why take the Jeep when the parts from the Jeep are worth more than the whole Jeep? Oh, Josh. You obviously don't know your Jeep values. Thomas Potts says naked people run on his street could get in trouble if it goes on YouTube. Well, naked people could run around a house too. DJ Odyssey says, Bird, I have a challenge for you. I bet me and 73 subscribers, can you do a live stream on YouTube outside? Well, I could. I would just have to take my laptop outside. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's too much of a risk. But if I had to do it, I could do it. In fact, I probably don't even need to take the laptop out. I just need to run a USB extension cable and put the camera with its own microphone out the window. And I could do a live stream technically from outside. And Mom could sit in here at the computer and just make sure it's set up and working. And then that would be it. Then I could watch from my cell phone to make sure it was all set up and all was good. Josh Reed says, Bird, how about I send you the weather I'm having today, 89F. Josh Street, keep it. Mom wants it, but I just say keep it. We had like 73 or something today, and it was warm enough. I already had to put the central air on in the house to keep it cool. Because even when it gets to the mid-60s, between all the heat coming out of the computers and the stuff in the house and just the way the sun hits it, we get up into the mid to upper 70s inside. So yeah, I need the AC. DJ Odyssey says, me and my, and then he says, damn, never mind, figured me out. John DeMarco says, greetings. And DJ Odyssey says, hi, John. And okay, you're not going to say the highs. Josh Street says, or what about high is supposed to be tomorrow, 94. Josh Street, where are you? You in Florida? Because that sounds pretty high. I mean, you know, it's some places I understand, but yeah, the vast majority of the country, that would be kind of warm. Hi, Thomas. I know, because I said I wasn't going to say hi anymore. And Thomas now says hi, Bird of Prey. I gotcha. Yep, made a liar out of me, Thomas. Good job. Okay. You know, Thomas, I don't get $1.99. I might have to take away a wrench. Josh Street says, I'm on the ass end of Texas, 45 minutes from the Mexico border. Wow. Well, yeah, that's one of the places I would say it might be. Might hit those 90s. John DeMarco says, I'm in Florida and we are not that high yet. Not that hot yet. Well, 78 plus is too hot. I agree. A good 60, 65 and sunny is about the best. DJ Odyssey says 75 here today. Thinking I might get snow on Thursday. Wow. That's crazy. And then DJ said unsubbed because I skipped his comment. Well, damn. So, I've got some things to discuss. Let's go. Oh, I didn't enable the fish. The aquarium. It's not the same without the aquarium. Okay. Let's go to Opera. Does it even work? Yes, it does. Perfect. Okay, so what do we have here? Nation states. A telegram. Let's check it out. I'm just reading the telegram. The rogue nation of bird of prey. Qapla to the guard emperor. Oh, now you see this. The rogue nation of bird of prey 5. Just decided. They're gonna get their ass kicked. 51 pictures. Oh. I'm getting a news update that my sister posted 51 photos from Costa Rica, but I'd have to go through them before we could look at any of them. Anyway, the rogue nation of bird of prey 5, as much as I like its name, that was the repercussions for besmirching my name. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? That's enough. Another telegram. Another telegram. The Republic of DJ Land. Thomas Potts has proof. Proof of what? Okay, Thomas Potts's proof is all bullshit. And now I'm going to have to teach a lesson to the Republic of DJ Land as well. Goodbye. Boom. Flawless victory. There you go. There you go. Okay. Onward and upward. We did this one. We did AOC's accent last time. This is a good one. A proposal to split the state of New York into 3 districts. Now, the state can't split into 3 separate states without federal approval, and there's probably no way that would ever happen for good reason. Mostly the balance of power. Why split a Democratic state into 3 states when there'd be probably 2 Democratic states and 1 Republican-leaning state? That's a net gain for Democrats in the Senate and possibly the House, depending how the population is split. So, that's not going to happen. But within the state of New York, only with the state's own approval, they could split the state into 3 internal districts, and that is the plan. For those familiar with the geography of New York, they would have New York City's 5 boroughs as 1 district with its own kind of governor. I don't know how this would be different than our mayor, but its own governor, its own taxes, its own policies. Then the 2nd district would be, and this is kind of ridiculous, would be Westchester, which is north of New York City, and Nassau and Suffolk County, which is east of New York City. So they don't actually touch anywhere. New York City is in between them. So it's Long Island and Westchester, and they would be the 2nd district. And they would be by far probably the 2nd most populated of the 3. And then the 3rd district would be the entire rest of upstate New York, which is a massive land area, but much smaller in population than New York City. So they just feel that, and it's true, the policies that work in New York City do not work particularly well in upstate New York. And it's 100% valid. Okay, upstate New York, people can have and should be able to have hunting rifles and leave them in the back of their trucks when they go hunting. Whereas in New York City, as much as I believe in gun rights, it's probably not the best idea to just leave your shotgun laying in the back of your pickup truck while you run into the store. So yeah, it's fine that there. I mean, it would be smart to just make different laws for different parts of the state, but seeing as that seems impossible, splitting it into 3 separate sections within the state, I'm actually okay with. But on the federal level, it would still only have the same number of senators, the same number of congressmen, and the same number of electoral votes. So there would be no difference to the federal government. Other states have planning, like California has a plan of breaking up into multiple states, but those are all wildly unlikely because they all rely on getting federal approval to break up, and that's very unlikely because one side is going to feel that they're getting the bad side of the deal and they're going to block it from happening. So this is actually a pretty smart policy. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But if California and New York and other states wanted to go down this route, at least they have a chance of doing so. It's not a complete and utter waste of time. Anyway, for those interested, it's in the New York Post. It's in some other newspapers. You could check it out. And here from the Hill. Now, when I checked the Hill last, which I will grant you was a couple of years ago, but when I checked the Hill as to how they fell politically, they were somewhere from marginally conservative to like dead center. So let's see. How does the Hill lean? Hill media bias, all sides, because seriously, all sides is probably center. So all sides is calling it center. So it's actually a pretty center, paper or online, whatever, news organization. So, it's not Breitbart. It's not even Fox News, even though Fox News is pretty damn center these days. This is a center of the line paper, and Ukrainian to U.S. prosecutors, why don't you want our evidence on the Democrats? And if you read the story, it goes on to say that Ukrainian law enforcement officials they claim that they have evidence of wrongdoing by American Democrats and their allies in Kiev, ranging from 2016 election interference to obstructing criminal probes. But they say they've been thwarted by trying to get the info to the Trump Justice Department and getting them to act. Now, they call it the Trump Justice Department because obviously Donald Trump is president. But as we know, the FBI has a heavy bias to the left of all things, surprisingly. For reasons unknown, top brass in the FBI seems to want to protect Democrats. And they're saying there's a legit story here that they've got actual evidence. They've been trying to get it. They were trying to bring it into the country. They were not given the visas necessary to come over. on this trip where they were going to give the evidence, and people like aren't taking their calls, and they've got this info, but nobody wants to act on it. Whether it's coming from Trump, and maybe Trump made some kind of deal, I don't know. Maybe he made a deal with Democrats. You don't impeach me, and I'm not going to, send Hillary Clinton to prison or whatever. But something is fishy. Something is fishy, and the media, who should be investigating this, don't seem to want to touch it. And finally, I was hoping to be live tomorrow and break in to show the SpaceX Falcon Heavy launch from the Kennedy Space Center that is scheduled to lift off at 6:36 p.m. tomorrow evening. So a time I might usually be streaming. And actually the window is for 2 hours, so from 6:36 to 8:36 thereabouts, which is usually a time I'd be online. So I thought, okay, good. At some point, I will make plans to break in should they launch. But unfortunately, latest news from Florida today, the weather is just not looking good for tomorrow. They only have a 30% chance of going off. So more than likely it will be Wednesday at approximately the same time, 6:30 something. So, that actually works out better, because tomorrow I will probably do a City Skyline stream, and I'd rather not break into that for a space launch, although I would if I need to. But Wednesday, when I would do another bed life, that might work out well. Of course, it might not go up for months. That's just the way space flights are. Now, the only thing that's special about this is another Falcon Heavy. That means it's the big one. It's their big one. The last time they did launch this was February of last year, when they launched Starman in that red Tesla and sent him into deep space. And he's flying around the solar system now in his Tesla. This is the big guy. 2 of the solid rocket boosters, the one on either side, are supposed to come back and land simultaneously at the Space Center. So that would be pretty cool. And then the larger center stage is going to land out in the ocean on the barge. Now, of course, the barge landing, that has a significantly worse percentage of landing, but more often than not lately they have landed just fine. So we will hopefully see that land as well. And, I've always loved watching the rockets take off, the space shuttle. As a kid, I would try to see every launch, and I still get a kick out of watching the rockets go up. And man, when it was, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4. It was a while ago. There was a rocket we were supposed to be able to see from even from New York, because it was taking off from Virginia. And in fact, I got in my wheelchair and we went down, me and my mom, we went down a few blocks to a highway overpass where there's a pretty unobstructed view of the southern sky, because that's where we were supposed to be able to see it from. And I brought my cell phone and we're waiting for it to take off. And boom, we got notice that the launch was scrubbed for the night, canceled for the night because of some reason. So I went back home, and actually on that night I actually hurt myself really bad. Coming out, it was before my wheelchair ramp had been moved. It was before my wheelchair ramp had been moved to the side of the house, and it was still in the front of the house, and I had to zigzag my way down to the sidewalk. But I forgot when I went out my front door, there was a small ramp there, and I had to tilt my wheelchair back, else when I went over the lip, it would hit hard into the ground and it would hurt my legs. And I was so enthusiastic about going out to see this rocket launch, the first thing in many years that got me at all excited to go out, I forgot to tilt my chair back, and it hit hard, and it hurt like hell, and I had half a mind to just turn back and come back in the house, but I was like, F it, I'm already out, and yes, it hurts, but coming in isn't going to make it stop hurting. And I figured as long as I'm already hurt, I might as well see this damn rocket. So we went anyway. The rocket never went up. We came back to the house. I was in a hell of a lot of pain. Got back into bed. The next day, I was in no condition to go out to see the rocket go up, which was just as well, because we watched it on television or on the computer, and sure enough, that was the one that blew up on the launch pad. It was a spectacular fireball, but I would not have seen it from New York had I been out watching for it. And honestly, I don't even know. I probably would have missed most of it online, because man, it was crazy seeing that go wrong live. And it was unmanned, so no one was hurt. So while it was an unfortunate accident, it wasn't a tragedy. No one died, no one was hurt. Unfortunately, some science experiments were lost, and the astronauts on the space station had to wait a few extra weeks to get their supplies and whatnot, but they got them. They had extra just in case something like this was to happen. But yeah, that was a bad few days. Although I didn't mind watching that rocket explode. Anyway, let's check the comments. We have 15 watching. Maybe I should put on the hair. DJ says, okay, subbed again. Thank you, DJ. John Street says, supposed to be 97F, but one channel said 100 on Wednesday. God damn it. Yeah, Texas. Mental note, we're never moving to Texas. At least not near the Mexican border. Thomas Potts says, 2 of my temperature comments never showed up. Maybe YouTube is blocking them. Sci-Fi Guy says, hello nerds, live chat everyone. Thank you, Sci-Fi Guy. And yes, I am on live chat. Thomas Potts says, what did I ever do to you? Wait, what? Oh, DJ Odyssey replied. DJ, did you just put up a quote? You did. I bet you put up the thing about I said about the rockets, didn't you? Son of a bitch. Real-time notifications have unexpected side effects. Thomas says, what did I ever do to you? Oh, Thomas, what did you ever do to me? Lots of hellos. Thomas says, Eric Swalwell says he's running for president. I have no idea who Eric Swalwell is. Resolute Germ, welcome Resolute Germ. Just burn Manhattan to the ground, it will work better. Resolute Germ, I am under my opinion, if I ever become mayor of New York City, first thing I would do would be fill in all the subways with cement, and then we would just sink the entire island of Manhattan. I think that would be best. That would be best for the city. Hector says, what to do right now? I will attend to my nation while Bird discusses USA topics. I'm sorry, Hector. I hope that's not too boring for you. Thomas Potts says, Brooker introduced to the Senate slavery reparations. Oh, Cory Booker. Well, I still think he's going to be the Democratic nominee, but we'll see. Like why? Why even bother? I mean, obviously you do this just to make a name for yourself. You know it's not going to pass the Senate. And even if it did, you know it's not going to be signed into law. And you know it's not going to get passed to override a veto. But if you can't make up laws that nobody's going to vote for, then you really can't do anything at all, I guess, if you're a Democrat. Resolute Germ says, same for Washington and Seattle. DJ Odyssey says, it's how Illinois gets screwed. We end up paying and having to do whatever Chicago wants. Yeah, I think they said Illinois is also considered something like this. Josh Reed says, Bird got slavery policy today with glassy-eyed Bird of Prey. Bird of Prey 5 in wives lifelessly chant, I love you on command. Got slavery policy today with glassy-eyed Bird of Prey 5 in wives. Oh, because it's the rogue nation of Bird of Prey 5. Well, good for them. Good for them. The world needs more love. Texas Pot says Texas Pot says Thomas. Thomas Potts says Texas can split up without congressional approval. I've heard yes and no about that. I'm not sure how much of that is true. DJ Odyssey says Texas could leave at any time if they wanted. They've got it in writing when they join the union. Again, I'm a little skeptical. I've heard pretty good arguments against that, but I'll be right back. Yeah, couple of good old boys, never meaning no harm. Just something, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law would allow. Turd is the word. Turd. I honestly, I'm not 100% sure how this song goes. That's the best I I could get. I probably shouldn't have said that much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Anti-Tracker, for that short interlude. John Street says, Thomas, but if Texas is that would add 2 Democrat states. But if Texas did that, it would add 2 Democrat states. Resolute Germ says, the Hill is moderately left-wing. And Thomas Butt says, the Hill used to be right-wing. And Thomas says, wait, Trump is president? What happened to Bernie? Did his campaign burn down? Now we've got to all feel the burn, Thomas, for 2020. Resolute Germ says, foreign evidence and witnesses go through House Judiciary and Foreign Relations Committee. Thomas Butt says, we can land on the moon, but we cannot launch a rocket in the rain. And DJ says, Bird just likes to launch people into space to the sun. Thomas says, be right back. That means laugh out loud. No, it doesn't. BRB does not mean laugh out loud. Hector says, a very expensive way to dispose of people, but a permanent one. And DJ Odyssey says, Bird uses that AOC money he gets now. I wish. Another person I would not kick out of bed. AOC. Hector says, rocket tests and launches are getting really common now, thanks to SpaceX, Virgin, Blue Origin, etc. Yeah, I think that's probably true. DJ Odyssey says, Bird, tell the truth. You just want to watch to see if they explode. Well, yeah, I do. But I'm also happy when they launch and the rockets land. I want to see something happen, damn it. Alex Brooks says, hi, hello guys. Welcome, Alex Brooks. Welcome to the stream. Hector says, I launched some rockets when I was a kid, and I deny being responsible of that field getting on fire. I also I had a handful of those, Esther's model rocket kits. Launched a handful of them. I would buy, I was even pretty old. I was well into my 20s, probably late 20s, when I found some extra model rocket kits that were laying around our Adirondacks house, and I felt for sure I was gonna light them off, though I didn't have a rocket or the launch thing that you stick the pin in. So I was like, I'm sure if I just light it on fire, it will eventually light. And let me tell you, no, you cannot light those things no matter what you do. Okay? Even if you soak it in lighter fluid and light it up, it will just burn off the cardboard covering. That stuff does not ignite without that voltage. Even if you shoot it with a .22 rifle, it will not ignite. There is no other way to ignite that than with that 9-volt battery and those ignition things. Those things heat up to 1800 degrees or something for the fraction of a second. That's what it needs to launch. You cannot Okay, jet fuel. Jet fuel does not burn hot enough to launch an SD's rocket motor. Okay, believe me, I've tried. It was hard to admit defeat, but no, nothing I had on hand could get that goddamn thing to launch. And I did not have any of those things that you slide up in there to ignite them. Oh. But, you know, you try. I mean, I had to try. So. Where are we? Where are we? People saying hello and okay. And DJ says, did you see that smile on his face when he said it exploded? And Alex Brooks, of course, says, yes. And Hector says, I missed it, but I believe you. And DJ Odyssey says, I didn't mind watching that rocket explode. Bird of Prey 5. And Miss Michelle, welcome Miss Michelle, says, Joe, I didn't mind watching that rocket explode. That's what she said, says Miss Michelle. That's what she said. Yes, I get it. I get it. And John DeMarco says he's acting like the explosion was a surprise, but we all know it was a Bird of Prey 5 job. You greatly overestimate my pull. Miss Michelle, breaking news on the Tommy Tudor front. Apparently Tommy's saxophone was stolen for the 5th time in 4 years. And he or she has a GoFundMe up to get money to buy a new saxophone. If you are interested in helping, I already put in money once for a saxophone that Tommy then got pissed at and said was junk. So I personally do not have the money anyway to put in to a saxophone fund. But if you are interested, Miss Michelle, I will find you the GoFundMe link. Hector says he is starting to know you, DJ. Resolute Germ says, when will they stop playing with their silly chemical rockets? Magnetic ion engines are much nicer. I agree. Also, why not nuclear? The chances of another explosion in the atmosphere are minuscule. Hector says, atomic rockets is where Bird has his money. Exactly, Hector. We want nuclear rockets. DJ Odyssey says, did you just put that quote up about the rockets, you son of a bitch, Bird of Prey? John DeMarco says, the next on Bird of Prey 5 schemes, all of Manhattan gets cement shoes. Sci-fi guy is lolling at DJ. Hector says, Atlanteans would be pissed at all that contamination. Texas pots, haha, yes. DJ Odyssey says, Jaloja. Yes, it was a Jaloja. Hector says, this animation is a little disturbing, depressing. Well, it was Anti-Tracker by way of Joshua, or Joshua's by way of Anti-Tracker. Either way, I enjoy it. It gets the point across. It's about the right length of time. DJ Odyssey says, lol, Commander Ironwolf. Welcome, Commander Ironwolf. He says, hey guys. And Josh Street says, Jaloja. And no, it's not suppository time. And DJ says, hey, Airwolf. Well, okay, we're getting hellos. Vile Mike. Welcome, Vile Mike. He says, what's up, all? Oh, we're just talking about blowing up rockets and stuff. Same old. Hector is saying hi to the wolf. DJ Odyssey says, well, Hector, it came from the cut clips from Deliverance. I'm not that behind. What was that? 8:22. I'm 9 minutes behind. That's nothing. DJ Odyssey says, ew. What's ew? Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey 5 wants a 3-way with Larson and AOC. Thomas, I would do it. I would do it. Remember, in a 3-way, you've got to add them both up. So 2 5s become a 10. That's the law of 3-ways. That's the law of how it works. Okay? Don't tell me. None of you would pass on that. And if you say you do, you're lying. DJ Odyssey says, another person I would not kick out of bed. AOC, Bird of Prey 5. Josh Street says, lol, Thomas. Resolute Germ says, Bird, would you consider running against AOC in the next election? Resolute, I would, but I don't live in her district. I live in frankly, a much nicer district. But if I was in her district, yes, I would consider running against her. Vile Mike says, I would not turn down a 3-way with Bree and AOC, but how do I get my girlfriend to agree? You're on your own there, Vile Mike. I honestly don't know. DJ, maybe make her lose a bet. I don't know. DJ Odyssey says, next on Bed Life, Joe sets up the bed in Congress. No, I guess I am a ways behind. Why are you people chatting so much? What? Wait, no, I must have passed. Okay, I guess I lost the highlight. DJ Odyssey says, next Bird would tell us he wouldn't kick Nancy Pelosi out of bed. You're goddamn right, I would kick her. I bet she would never have got into the bed to begin with. Vile Mike says, is Bird of Prey a ghost? He seems to be blending into the background. Yeah, Vile Mike, unfortunately, the green screen tech I am using is, if I make it a little smaller, that might help. The green screen tech I'm using is amateurish at best. I don't have great green screen abilities right now, but trust me, it is a lot better than what the actual background looked like. And I lost where I place. And Hector says, Bird talking about how launching rockets prepare to be banned from streaming. No, launching rockets, meaning model rockets. Alex Brooks says, I set off some rocket engines with the battery to my RC4WD. Well, I didn't think of using a battery, or because I didn't have any wires, so even if I had a battery, it wouldn't have been of any use. Alex Brooks says, I think I had the caps, but you butt up in them though. Yes. Anti-Tracker says, when what is he pulling? Alex Brooks says the rocket landed in the water. DJ Odyssey says, I don't want to know. Anti-Tracker says, sorry. Mrs. Anti-Tracker came upstairs and we were recording some audio for an upcoming super chat. So I missed most of the stream. It's no problem, Anti-Tracker. We started off. I was going over about how pissed I was at YouTube over this stupid no streaming for mobile devices policy for people with less than 1,000 subs. And then, if I recall, I went through some news items. I checked my nation states. I talked about how New York wants to break up into 3 separate districts. I talked about, I don't know. Oh, yes, how Ukraine or Kiev, somewhere, one of the old Russian republics is wondering why the Justice Department doesn't want their evidence against Democrats, and is being reported in a center of the aisle publication, The Hill, which we checked and confirmed did not have a conservative bias. And then the most interesting story was about the rocket that was going up potentially tomorrow, a SpaceX rocket, and that got us into model rockets and a story about me going to see a rocket that I was supposed to be able to see from New York, and I hurt myself pretty bad going out to see it, and the rocket got scrubbed. It never went up that day, and the next day I was too hurt to try to go out and see it again, but it was just as well because I stayed home, and that turned out to be the rocket which exploded on the launch pad. So I got to see it explode in person. Well, explode through the television live. What?
Unmanned rocket.
Yeah, unmanned rocket. Unmanned rocket. Obviously, we'd all know if there was a manned rocket explosion. This was an unmanned rocket explosion. So it was, it was an accident. It was sad that somebody's science experiments got destroyed, but, you're better off enjoying that rocket explosion than you would be seeing a NASCAR crash and getting excited at that, because a NASCAR crash has real people inside, where this was totally unmanned. So don't hold it against me. Okay, the NASCAR people, they're the ones who are really sick in the head, not me. Thomas Spot says, have to go to work. Hopefully you're still on for another hour. I'll see, Thomas. It'll be close. Miss Michelle says, oh no, say it ain't so. I saw that. Get the JUOT members to donate as well. Interested. Thanks. No, the JUOT members most certainly do not give a damn. They most certainly do not. But if you want it, where is it? Let's see. I know I have it around here somewhere. Well, I know what I could do. If I just type in GoFund. There we go. Yeah. That did it. Well, Miss Michelle, if you are interested, that is the GoFundMe. You would be the first person to donate. DJ Odyssey says, well, there are some good quotes already up on the Anti-Tracker website. Vile Mike says, hey, Anti-Tracker, nice to see you on someone else's stream. Anti-Tracker says, so why is it that Bird can pronounce Ector but not Trekker? I pronounced it that time. Anti-Tracker says, lol. DJ says he's a reserved racist. What does that even mean? You think I'm being racist against Anti-Tracker? Alex Brooks is laughing. Thomas Potts says, Anti-Tracker, I might order someone's birthday gift tonight. See you all later. Oh, Mom, Robert Knowles, his birthday is the 22nd. Yes, the 20th, the 22nd, the 24th, and the 25th. A very big April apparently has half of all my subscribers' birthdays are in the end of April. So yeah, if you guys have birthdays in April, best tell me about them now. Anti-Trigger says, what animation? The vac you suck? Yes, the very first. It's still a very good animation. It's the right length and it gets the point across. Vile Mike says, nuclear rockets. Sounds like Repcon from Fallout. Richie Poole says, I think we should just move straight into impulse and warp engines. Welcome, Richie, and it would be great if we could do that. And DJ says, yes, Tricker. And Anti-Tricker says, AOC. Oh, yeah, we talked about AOC, too. Josh Reed says, good news, everyone. In New York City is getting... everyone in New York City is getting concrete shoes. DJ says, that's a quote. Anti-Tracker says, who is AOC? Come on, Anti-Tracker. You ask this every week. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. DJ Odyssey says, I would never touch AOC Cortez. That loony dem from New York. Oh, God damn it. DJ says, the one that said we have to get rid of farting cows. Resolute Germ says, Bree and AOC are a combined 7 at most. Whatever. It's still a set. It's still more than a 5. Anti-Trigger says, but 3-way with Bree and AOC would not be as fun as you are thinking, because Bree and AOC would both insist on being the left side of the bed. That's fine. Vile Mike says, loony, but mixing up the old guys in Congress. I don't think she is. I honestly don't think that she is. I think they're just ignoring her. DJ Odyssey says, Joe went smaller and made him look like a cone head now. Anti-Tracker says, next Bird of Prey will say he would not kick Pelosi out of bed. Your God. No, that's not. I don't think that was the quote. And DJ says he did say that.
No, he said you would, and she'd never get in.
I said, yeah, she'd never get in the bed. That's certainly out of context, if not blatantly edited. Vile Mike says, your green screen may not be the best, but it's better than nothing. Indeed, thank you. Anti-Tracker is saying, yes, lol. DJ says, and it's logged into the record. Anti-Tracker says, let's design a rocket-powered wheelchair for Bird of Prey 5. Vile Mike says, I would be happy to call Wiley E. Coyote to assist. Yes, get it from Acme. Their products are top-notch. DJ Ozzy says, the Anti-Tracker, picture of it in your Discord. Anti-Tracker says, yes, we need to build one for Joe. Bio Mike says, I see a super chat of Bird of Prey in a rocket chair in the future. That's not terrible. Anti-Trucker says, Lo, well, right now I'm working on one with Dr. Alex and Mrs. Anti-Trucker. And DJ says, second pick is even funnier. Oh my god. Anti-Trucker says, the second pick is, I think, what will put Joe in the chair in the first place. Vile Mike says, NASCAR, the sport founded by bootleggers and crooks running away from police. What's not to like? And DJ's laughing, and I posted in the link for Miss Michelle. And DJ Odyssey says, I could see Bird this way. Vile Mike says, 420 AT, there's a joke in there, but I cannot think of it. Anti-Trigger says, just for the record, Joe is talking about banging Bree and liberal politicians in a three-way in front of his mom. Well, everything I do is more or less in front of mom. And while I'm sure it's not the most interesting thing she wants to think about, it's certainly better than me saying other things. Vile Mike says, for shame. Richie Poole says, AOC, the future president of the USA. Oh, I hope not, Richie. I hope not. DJ Odyssey says, hey, they edit all the time. This is BNN. Oh. John, the former peasant, welcome, John. Bird says that sex stuff in front of his mom to stay in the closet. Absolutely not. Believe me. Resolute Germ says, Bird's poor mother. DJ Odyssey says, hi, Richie. I'm not saying the highs. God damn it. Multi-Gun Man says, hi, Bird. How's it going? It was going pretty good there for a while, Multi-Gun Man. It's seeming to fall apart in the last few minutes. Richie Poole says, I'm just trying to get a rise out of DJ. DJ says, AOC couldn't give me a rise, lol. But she does, Bird. Listen. Hold on.
Another attempt by some to mock.
Okay. Nobody's mocking her. Well, lots of people mock her, but that's not the same. Okay. Okay. There's nothing wrong here. Okay? She might be crazy. Okay, but okay, that's a bit weird. I'll grant you that. But I think physically, I think you people are exaggerating if you see a problem. Okay, and I could tell you, I have unrealistically high standards. Believe me. Okay. So, I listen. I'm not going to even argue it. It's just what I believe. Multi-Gunman says, I think Anti-Trigger is behind you being restricted in earlier live stream. He told YouTube you were dangerous. It could be. John, the former peasant, says, is AOC Bird's actual congresswoman? No, she is not. I live in a different district. A nicer district. DJ Odyssey says, no, he just wishes. I do not. And DJ Odyssey says, hi, Bird. Resolute Germ says she's okay with Bird's perversions, but she doesn't want to hear about his business dealings. And DJ says hi to Bird Mother. She says hello. Vile Mike says business can be more disgusting. John, the former peasant, says, Mom never asked me about my business, Bird. Resolute Germ, especially in Bird's line of work. And Anti-Tracker says, Bird, don't go yet. I had to rewind to get the quote right. DJ Odyssey says, only that is her high school video creepy. No, it's her college video. Her college video. It said high school? Okay, well, I meant the video that came from her college. Okay, there was the one when she was in Boston College. That was the video that was making the rounds. AOC would be the perfect woman for a deaf man. Resolute Germ says, didn't your mother ever teach you not to mess around with crazy? Yes. Vile Mike, yes. And Hector says, what quote? What did I miss? Nothing, Hector. It's nonsense. Nonsense quotes made up by Anti-Tracker and DJ Odyssey. You're taking me completely out of context. Something about blowing up a rocket or something. Oh, no, about Nancy Pelosi. Even worse. Even worse. Well, you look at any of her videos today and she looks nasty. I think definitely some angles are worse than others, but I don't think it's terrible. DJ Odyssey says, it's what happens when you don't eat meat. John, the former peasant, let's see a vid timestamp as proof. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, while that tweet, the person in the tweet said high school video, it is in fact a college video. Okay? That was just some idiot who didn't know what the hell they were tweeting about. This is an unearthed college video from Boston College. Okay? And her college friends. They're not in high school. Just to be clear. Yes, that's the same video. College video. I have no idea who this sad guy is. He's probably on her payroll now. I will grant you, she's as dumb as a box of rocks. But that is not what we're talking about here. Okay, here. Yeah, okay. I will grant you that's not the best photo. That's not terrible. Now that's been very edited. Uh, there she's eating popcorn off the floor. uh, I, what the fuck? I don't know. History making the first member of Congress to take questions from an electorate while assembling IKEA furniture live on Instagram. Well, yes, okay. And I made history by being the first guy in a hospital bed to take questions about AOC on a live stream on April 8th, 2019. So a lot of history being made lately. Okay, I will grant you she's not. Bree is probably the more attractive of the two, but still, as a package deal, not terrible. Not terrible. Oh no! What does anti-tracker pasted in? 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, or did he paste the same video in 4 times? Okay, well, actually, I didn't. Let's see. DJ Odyssey says you have to wake up to them crazy eyes staring at you. Actor says, you know what's worse still, to wake up and see someone in a bunny suit staring at you. At DJ Odyssey. Yes, indeed. What if AOC was in the bunny suit? Oh, God. Multi-Gunman says, Berto Prey's live stream motto is come for the hate. No. Come for the hate. Stay for the anti-Semitism. There has been no hate or anti-Semitism on this stream except from you guys to me. DJ Odyssey says, that's why I don't sleep in it, Hector. John, the former peasant, says, meat, it's what's for dinner and what AOC will have you executed for. Anti-Tracker says, it has to do with blowing up his rocket and Nancy Pelosi. What did you do, Anti-Tracker? Unless your name is Donnie Darko. Oh, God, Anti-Tracker, what did you do? He wouldn't kick Nancy Pelosi out of bed. DJ Odyssey says, next bird would tell us he wouldn't kick Nancy Pelosi out of bed. You goddamn right. Damn it. That's been misedited. Okay, play the full clip, Anti-Tracker. Play the full clip. These are all the same, aren't they? They are. And now I just lost my place. You goddamn right. Now I just lost my place on this train. These are all the same, aren't they? Now I gotta go back to live chat instead of top chat. Okay. Now Anti-Tracker posts in the same link 4 times. Mic drop. DJ Odyssey says, yeah, college is where she learned that people working more than 2 jobs lowers the unemployment rate. Lol. Vile Mike says, love you, Anti-Tracker. Multi-Gunman says, Bird told me the other day I'd eat her off the floor. No, I most certainly did not. Anti-Tracker says, Bird, give me $900 or the video goes public. So extortion, that's where we've come to, anti-tracker, flat out extortion. You don't want to extort someone like me, anti-tracker. I have a long memory. I'm patient. DJ Odyssey says, and Bird wouldn't kick her out of bed, folks. Let's be clear. Multi-Gunman says, too late, anti-tracker. My eater off the floor blackmail trumps your video. John, the former peasant, says, the Hypnotoad reminds you, college video. Anti-Tracker says, wait, are you Jewish? No, I'm not Jewish. I'm not saying the anti-Semitism was at me. I'm saying the hate was at me. Anti-Tracker says, there was no edit. Well, of course there was an edit, because you cut it. So you had to edit it just by cutting it. Vile Mike is saying, lol. Resolute Germ says, and it's already on Twitter, Bird. DJ Odyssey says, it seems like a good super chat, anti-tracker. Anti-tracker says, DJ, yeah, very true. Vile Mike, a super chat combined with lore and drag. Oh, God. Richie Pool says, AOC may be crazy. Like a fox. You know what? I don't think you people don't deserve seeing me play City Skylines. Okay? I think I might have to drop it back to me playing Galaga or something. Vile Mike says he's all caught up. Yay. Yeah, I'm caught up. Anti-Trigger says, so what did we learn today? That Joe was insulted by me suggesting that he might be a Jew. No, I'm not insulted. I'm just making it clear because I don't know how you could have mistaken that point earlier. Anti-Trigger says, and he wants... No, I do not! See, this is the gotcha media. This is what Sarah Palin and Donald Trump had to put up with, and now me. This is it. This is why it's so hard for good people to rise to power in this country. And Anti-Tracker, after a whole patron stream about saying how much you don't like when people do clickbait and all this stuff, and you turn out to be just as bad as CNN and the Huffington Post and Saturday Night Live with your nonsense and your out of context quotes. Vile Mike says, and now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Actor says, that cannot attest. That I cannot attest, as I was dining. Well, good for you, Actor, not believing these people with edited evidence at best. DJ Odyssey says, does he want sex with Maxine Waters? No. Birdo Prey 5 equals Sarah Palin. Okay, A, you spelled Palin wrong. And B, that's just a stupid statement. Birdo Prey 5 equals Sarah Palin. Anti-Tracker says, I simply report the truth. You agreed with DJ. No, I did not. Okay, you need to report the entire quote. Clickbait or... No! God damn you guys. Multi-Gunman says, no. Vile Mike says Nayland Palin to Prey of the Bird. This should be vodka, but it's just water. Breaking news. Bird of Prey puts down dyslexic subscriber for a misspelling a word. Wow. Wow. Playing the victim card, anti-tracker. Okay. Richie Poole says, what about MSNBC, Joe? Go, Rachel, go. Anti-tracker is basically the Rachel Maddow of YouTube right now. Vile Mike, someone with Vulcan dyslexia, no less. Anti-tracker says, not playing my card, just reporting facts. And DJ Ozzy says, skip me again. And DJ Ozzy says, would you kick Sarah Palin out of bed? Now, maybe, but 15 years ago when she was running? How long ago was that? Probably not. Certainly not Tina Fey playing Sarah Palin. But now I answered your question, DJ. Ageist. Yeah, I am. Okay. So, Resolute Germ says Tina Fey is the most vile thing you've said so far. See, Resolute, you are too consumed by your hatred of somebody's politics. You have to separate the politics from the person, okay? What I've said about Bree, what I've said about AOC, and what I say about Tina Fey have nothing to do with their politics. This is separating the politics from them. Multi-Gunman says Bird would kick Sarah Palin out of bed for not bringing AOC with her. And Thomas is back. Thomas, will you defend the rightful Emperor of Kuroga? I'm being attacked on all sides. Vile Mike says, I'm the most vile thing here. Thank you very much. DJ says, lol. Thomas Potts says, wait, he wants a four-way now. DJ says, bed says no, it's beeping, indeed. No, Thomas, don't follow that link. That link it's a bad link. In fact, I've got to report it to YouTube now. Okay, I will backtrace anyone who follows that link, and the consequences will never be the same. Okay, stay away from that link. No, DJ says do not watch that. The Multi-Gunman says Bird hasn't talked to AOC since the drunken three-way. Ever since then, he's never been able to... Oh, God. Resolute Germ says, no, I just like women with actual TNA. Thomas Potts says, links don't work on my phone. Oh, good. DJ Odyssey says, I'm putting that link on Twitter. Don't do it. Don't do it, DJ. It'd be a real shame if something happened to DJ Land. Richie Poole says, Tina did a better Sarah than Sarah did. Well, I don't know about better, but certainly was more popular. DJ Odyssey says, let's give that link to Doomcock. Doomcock will not do anything with that link. Doomcock can tell when something's taken out of context. Anti-Tracker says, Thomas, I will send it to you on Discord. Vile Mike says, I actually agree with that at Richie. Thomas says, thanks, Anti-Tracker. And Thomas says, Bird of Prey, I thought we were at war. We don't have to be at war. I didn't attack your nation today. I only attacked DJ Land and the Rogue Nation of Bird of Prey 5. Anti-Trigger says, checking. I still do not see the $900. Yeah, you're not going to get any extortion money out of me, Anti-Tracker. The last person who tried to do down the extortion route, what was his name? Avanti, that lawyer for Stormy Daniels, who's now facing, 100 years in prison? Think about that. It'd be a shame if that video went public. It would be a shame if that video went public. It would be a shame for you. No, Thomas, I do not. That was a poorly edited video, out of context. There was more that came after it that changed the meaning of the words prior to that. DJ Odyssey says, Stephen Crowder liked that link too. Vile Mike says, extortion, that sounds so cool. Thomas Potts says, the Bird of Prey harem. And Anti-Trigger says, yes, he does. Crowder, yes, Crowder, that's... Anti-Trigger says, think of your mother. Think how she would feel walking into the store, knowing that everyone she sees has seen that video. And Anti-Tracker is taking a page out of the common hackers email where they try to extort money out of you. I'm assuming that's probably where all the super chat money has been going. Anti-Tracker has been paying off hackers who claim to have video of him doing terrible things, and they don't want to embarrass his family. Vile Mike says, Avanti. Yes, I think that's how you pronounce it. Close enough. Close enough. Like Rocinati. Well, I think I've probably said enough. I think I've probably said enough for one stream. That video's fake news. I will get Donald Trump's best attorney to follow anyone who passes that on. DJ Odyssey says, Bird is trying to think of revenge now. Revenge is a dish best served cold. No, one of his lawyers who's not in prison. Not Cohen. Yes, revenge is a dish best served cold. It's very cold in space. Also in Illinois in the winter. Be a shame if something were to happen to your heat again. DJ says Bird is going to have to hire Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Better than Khan, says Vile Mike. Okay, you guys have thoroughly abused me. I might have to just give up on YouTube. I don't know. I have to reevaluate everything now. Qapla. To those of you who are honorable. To the rest of you, go F yourselves, San Diego. You know which side you're on. Bird has sent out his word to LA Bird a Nostra crew. You guys are La Bird a Nostra crew. You guys are gonna get it now. Thomas Ross says, Anti-Trek, if you missed it, I'm ordering a gift for you from later tonight, and I'll send it to you a copy of that TV show, Project Blue Book. And yes, I know you don't have time. And DJ Odyssey says, now we know why he ignores us for an hour on City Skylines. Lol. Maybe it'll be 2 hours next time, DJ. Vile Mike says, how did you know I live in San Diego? Figured somebody has to live in San Diego one of these nights. Qapla all. I would usually thank you for coming at this point, but a lot of you got on my nerves tonight. Oh. You know what? Don't like this one. Don't share it. Let's just let this stream fall off into the abyss. Qapla. Hey Bird, did you see the video? Thank you all for watching my video of the gymnast who broke both of her legs during her routine. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. No, I did not, DJ. You won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum. This is a cover-up. JUOT.net. I'm also on social media. No, on Facebook, that's not why I'm leaving. You see, I'm talking over the ending. If you're really crazy, so that you guys you can don't. Send me some money on PayPal. You can send me PayPal money if you want. DJ says it's on my Discord. Go watch it. You people.